Hey guys, so it's me, Goddess Vicky, and today I'm going to be doing your new moon in Sagittarius reading. I'm going to also be talking briefly about the Mercury retrograde that's out of retrograde and in direct right now, or in the shadow. And I'm also going to be talking briefly about what to expect um, for this upcoming year, or pretty much upcoming holiday season that is useful to you guys. Um, so since I'm going to be doing that, I'm going to be pulling a 5 card deck for the new moon, and then I'm also going to be pulling 2 extra cards to kind of talk about the holiday season in advance to the full moon reading that I'm going to be doing in 2 weeks. That will talk about that more in depth to kind of give you guys a little extra insight to how to prepare for 2019. So now, for people that don't know, this year has been a year of transformations, of growth, of literally removing layers and layers and layers of assets that need to be removed before the next year, because we're literally leaving to never code. Literally leaving the lower dynamic thinking, the lower dynamic magic, the lower third grade, I feel like it's third grade, 3D dimensional aspects of life, and we're basically jumping forth to the fifth dimension, and then we're going to be continuing to just grow from there, to from the fifth to the sixth to the seventh to the eighth to the ninth. There's multi different dimensions. I'll have a video on that at a later date, talking about dimensions and stuff like that. But on to this video. So for the Mercury retrograde, it went back direct yesterday. Yay. And it won't be back for a couple of months. I don't know the exact date, but I do remember looking it up. It will work okay for a couple of months. I believe we have at least 3.5 months before the next one comes. But pretty much during this Mercury retrograde, it was very short, but even still, it was very powerful, because there was a lot of excess stuff that people were still trying to hold on to without realizing that they shouldn't be holding on to it. So pretty much the message they have regarding that is more or less of, reflect on the last couple weeks and really think of what you learned and how can you apply that to next year. So not to now, but to actually next year, and start thinking of more of a futural retrospect. So with that being said, I'm going to do the new moon full first, and then I'm going to do, like I said, 2 extra cards, 7 cards total, to kind of predict of what's going to come up for the holiday season, to give you a little insight, of a little extra head. So I am using the Goddess Guidance cards from Dorian Virtue, and let's see what we pull. Oh, okay. I like when they literally just throw them out at me, no warning, just have to catch them. People that pull tarot, you understand what I'm talking about. When cards just jump out and you kind of stop it, and you can't stop it. And literally, I had them fly on the floor, fly across the table. Now I just catch them, when my kids just catch them and just like hand them to me. Here, mom, belongs to the deck. Or my older child, like, here, mom's part of your spread. And people don't realize sometimes that new moon in Sagittarius is that time to kind of think freely, which I feel like is perfect for this time of year, because it literally makes you think of what you need to let go of, as far as like the mental aspect and the creative aspect of your life. So say, for instance, like, there's something that you really been wanting to try, and it keeps coming up, it keeps coming up. This is the season, the new moon, to kind of sit down, like, oh, you know what, if I really wanted to try this, how can I make this work? And if your path aligns to make it work, then it'll work. If not, then it won't. Then you pretty much, have the joy of starting all over again. Okay, and okay, for the 5. Then for the season. Try not to look at the cards, guys. But yeah, for this holiday season, for Yule, for Christmas, for Hanukkah, for Kwanzaa, for whatever holidays that are being celebrated during this time, I hope that you receive many blessings, and I hope that during this time, pretty much don't stress yourselves out over the presents and stuff like that. More or less worry about, the family that you want to be around, family that you the family that you want to be around, the family that make you feel good and actually feels like family. So for the new moon Sagittarius, we're going to first bring up leap of faith. I have a feeling this is going to be a good one. So for a lot of you people out there, you're literally stuck at the point now where you have done the research, done the work, and you're kind of standing there at that doorway, and the door's open. You're standing right there, looking around, and they're pretty much like, okay, are you gonna walk out the door, or are you just gonna stand there with all this work that you've done and just sit there and just stand there and not do anything about it? Or are you actually gonna take that leap of faith and you're going to put into motion the stuff that you've been planning, the stuff that you've been organizing in the background? Yep. So right now, we're going through cycles and rhythms, and pretty much this goes in the correlation of, you're consistently going back and forth with yourself right now. Like, yes, I want to take that leap of faith, but how am I going to do it? Consistently arguing with yourself. Maybe I'll go this way. Nope. Maybe I'll do it this way. Nope. Maybe I'll do it this way. No. Maybe, I just need to sit here for a little bit. No. Ride the wave. Ride the wave. You're going to go up, you're going to go down. It's just how it's going to work. But at the end of the day, ride the wave. And you kind of have to not be scared of, using the surfboard. Because sometimes you're going to get those high tides. Sometimes you're going to get those big waves. And sometimes you're going to get that. And at the end of the day, you have to use that to kind of guide you from course to course. It's not going to be easy. Like, nothing worth having ever comes easy, if you notice that. Like, your true dreams, your true aspirations in life do not come easy. You have to work for that. And that's what they really want you to understand. Like, you have to take that leap of faith. Even if that means you have to ride a wave, ride it. Who cares? Keep riding up, down, sideways, get knocked off the board 15 million times and get back on 16 million. At the end of the day, it's to ride a wave and do what needs to be done. And also during this time, it's a big thing for the theme for next year is, this card is especially from Master Merlin. And he actually has a special message tied to this card. And what he wants you guys to know is, in retrospect to taking a leap of faith and riding the wave, is your inner child that holds the answers, that hold the key to your life, to your existence. And what he means by saying that is, he wants you guys to know that at this time of where you feel lost, where you feel confused, you need to look inside your childhood. Like, I've said it in the previous video that's on my Twitter page, my Instagram page. And I'll try to pull it up and pull a link to it and put it down below. But pretty much talking about how, when you're a child, you know what you want to be. You know. By the time you're 6 years old, scientifically, spiritually, whatever it is, you know. And that's pretty much the focus, but like I said, you know what you want to be when you grow up. You know at a young age. Like, I knew when I was young. As a matter of fact, I just had a conversation with somebody when I was 14 years old. I literally went into my mom's room and seen this simple little tarot card deck, original tarot card deck, full spread, with I think it had crystals in it and a tarot card book. And I looked at the cards and I was just mesmerized and took it in. And before now, I was always into healing. I was always into saying spells, wanting help on the kitchen, cooking certain things, wanting to bring blessings. And then the tarot cards kind of sealed that. But I knew when I was a child that I was meant to be a witch, that I was meant to be a healer, that I was meant to be a teacher. And now it's the time where next year I'm actually going to be taking the steps necessary. So basically, I'm going after my childhood dream. I am taking the steps necessary through the cycles and taking that leap of faith to do what I need to do next year to make my dreams come true. So Master Merlin basically wants you guys to know you need to look into your inner child, your inner self, and figure out what do you want to be in your inner self. Next we have up. And most importantly, during this new moon, it is time to officially get rid of the last of what needs to go, so you can bring in new beginnings. So you can literally, basically the spirits are saying, we're giving you a chance to wipe the slate clean. We're literally giving you that etch a sketch board. You're going to shake it up, get rid of everything, and then you're going to really make your own beginning. Your own, that's yours, how you want to live, your life, how you see fit, and not anybody else. And lastly, compassion. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you take that leap of faith or not. It doesn't matter if you plan and go with the cycles and, bounce back when you get knocked off the horse and just ride a wave. It doesn't matter if you listen to your childhood dreams. It doesn't matter if you ended everything that needed to be ended so you could begin everything that needs to begin. If you don't have compassion for yourself, if you don't have that love and that drive for yourself to push yourself where you need to be, then none of this matters. This whole hand you could throw out the window. And that's literally them telling me from me to you. You need to have, most importantly, the most essential thing that's needed is compassion. If you don't have compassion in your heart, if you don't have compassion for yourself, you're not going to go anywhere in life. For example, I had a successful business before, and I'm actually restarting it, more differently, but I had a successful business for myself. I took that leap of faith. I planned. I went with the waves. It was something I wanted to do when I was a kid. All the stuff's needed, but I didn't have that love and compassion for myself. Every time someone tried to put me down, I put myself down too. Every time someone, wasn't there to lift me up, I wasn't there to lift myself up either. This time, I'm learning to have compassion for myself. I'm learning to love myself freely to the point where I know this time when I do what I need to do, it's going to be different because it's meant to be. Because I finally know that I'm good enough and I know I deserve it. And you guys deserve it too. So you have to want it for yourself. And you have to have that compassion, that love, that virtue, that nurturing and value for yourself. Because if you don't, you're not going to get anywhere in life. It's just not going to happen. Now, for the special 2 cards that they wanted me to pull for you guys, to kind of give you a heads up on the holiday season. Again, this is not, take this to full moon reading. This is kind of act on the, the leap of faith of compassion, but to kind of get you to the new year a little bit quicker as a special thank you. So we have, first we have Maui, Mother Earth. And basically what they're saying with this is, during this holiday season, it's better to give than to receive, but it's better to give from the earth and from your heart than from your pocket. So basically what they're trying to say is, instead of worrying about materialistic things for the holiday season, worry about what your family would actually want to have, want to get from you. That's not necessarily materialistic. Like, you have kids that, I'm just going to buy them some trucks, or I'm going to give them some gift cards or something like that. Listen to them. Actually ask. Actually listen. For instance, if you have someone that literally all the time, say you make, homemade scented candles, and you have your family members worry about homemade scented candles, why are you buying presents when you can make those instead? Use your resources wisely and think of how you can give from your heart and from your earth. So not earth of like the actual earth of your heart. Give from your heart. And once you give from your heart this holiday season, you'll be brought in an abundance of prosperity. So give from your heart. If you need ideas, I'm going to be having a video posted next week that's going to have a list of spiritual and non-spiritual ideas that you can do for the holiday season. But pretty much they want you guys to get back to the tradition of Christmas. Christmas wasn't about, buying presents and big trees and holiday specials. It was about seeing family once, or maybe twice through the year, and, spending that time with them for days on end, the 12 days of Christmas. And which are variations from the 5 days of Christmas. Again, do a video about it later. But you know, during that time, it was about making gifts, and it was about getting together as a family and cooking together and doing games together, and, you know, the kids playing together, cousins that haven't seen each other all year and stuff like that. That's what it's about. It's about giving back from the earth. It's about going back to your motherhood, your earthly, heartly desires and possessions, and sticking to that. And then that way, like I said, it will bring in abundance for you for this holiday season. So hope you guys enjoy this reading. If you're interested in getting a reading of your own, make sure that you look at the information below. We'll have my link to my website, to my email, etc., etc. Hope you guys have a great new moon in Sagittarius. I'm also going to be posting a new moon mantra and cleanse ritual ideas for you guys, so make sure you turn out for that as well. We'll have that up within the next couple of days. But everyone have a great day and blessed day.